Jackie here from Ask the Pool Guy.
And I'm Al Curtis from Ask the Pool Guy.
We decided that we wanted to put together a few clips about how the marketing process for Ask the Pool Guy really came about.
As we started out, been in the business for many, many years, the pool business, almost 30 years now. And there was a period of time where I certainly was getting burned out of doing what I was doing. And what I've come to understand now is that it was because I wasn't doing the part of the business that I really wanted to do. We were just taking work to have work, and the phone always rang. No matter what we did, we kept getting business. But we had started another venture called the Insights Group. And its intent was to get people together in the business world and talk about business issues and help each other. How could we mastermind through ideas and get things working in a direction that would help all of our businesses? Because I know for me, and Sandy can relate to this as well, is you get out there and you're doing your thing and you're so busy doing your thing, you're not surrounded by a bunch of people that can help you understand. Maybe you have employees that do certain jobs, but I know the challenge for me was being able to be all things and understand the marketing and understand my market and understanding how to find it and all of that. I didn't know any of that. I just got in business and started doing stuff. And that was a real challenge for me, was what's the next logical steps. And that's Insights, as we found out, and tell a little bit of story Insights, how that made what we do now so critically cool the way it is now. Can you share a little bit of the Insights part of that? And again, being that you're a woman of few words at the moment, we
Just keep going,
we
you're on a roll.
weren't sure what Insights was even going to be. We just had this idea of getting a bunch of people together and have meetings, and we had no idea how to make money with it. We had no idea what it was going to be. But ultimately, by doing that and taking that step of faith and just going out there and renting this big facility and building this cool place, and without any idea of what it was going to be, it became something very special. Well, at the time, and it was just timed up perfectly, that as I was burning out of the pool business and we were trying to almost wrap up our affairs there and move on, we also found this Insights experience and inspiration was right at the time that social media was just sort of becoming popular. It wasn't even known. I think Sandy was the one that pointed out Facebook to me as a tool to market to people. It was just coming out of the colleges, and now we could see it as something useful for business. And Sandy noticed that and said, well, geez, this is a way we could promote this whole new thing that we know nothing what it even is, being the Insights Group. But out of that came this whole marketing thing that the Insights Group became, and therefore now Ask the Pool Guy. So now, please share your thoughts on that.
Back in 2008, Al and I decided that we had this burning desire within each of us to change the world. And at that time, we didn't exactly know what it meant, so we took all the logical steps to put together something new. We rented a building that was really, really big. We started putting on events and seminars that we didn't know if anybody was going to come to. And through that process, which was quite a journey, some really highs of highs and some not so great moments happened, it was really a period of self-discovery, I think, for both of us. We were seeking something new. As Al said, he was getting a little bit burned out in the pool industry. So as part of reinventing the next version of whatever our company entities were going to be, we went through the Insights Group process. I think what we discovered through the process, which is actually becoming a little bit more clear to us now than it may have been at the time, was it opened up a world of possibilities to us. We started to delve into marketing because we had this new venture and we had no idea how to get people to fill the seats. Through that process, we discovered a lot of what works in terms of putting a message in front of people and sharing it in a way that they become compelled to get involved. So through our lessons of marketing the Insights Group and then subsequently training and lecturing about what we were doing, we developed this toolbox full of tools that we could use in really any business it can be applied to. So that's where we started.
I think an interesting point there, and I just sort of thought of it now, after all these years, is there's businesses out there that we kind of have a mailbox, we know what they are. And I can put up a shingle and say I'm now in the pool business, and there's going to be some calls happening just because you hang your shingle out as a pool company, people know what that is. So it's pretty easy. The marketing on the front side to get some customers is pretty easy. And if you're willing to do anything, it's kind of fairly easy, and I'm sure some other industries are like that. But with insights, we couldn't even define what it was. And because we couldn't define it, we couldn't put it in a mailbox that anyone else could understand what it was. That forced us to really look at how to develop in people's minds a new idea so that they could grasp it and then want to be a part of it. Where from the pool end, I was burned out because our hand would go up when any call came in. We would do anything that we could do to make a buck. And that's exhausting because you're making some, you're losing some, it's not so good necessarily, but the beauty is the phone was ringing. Insights stripped that away, and then we had to figure out how to get the phone to ring. Because putting Insights Group into the phone book, no one would have known to call that number. There was, what is it? Yeah, even if you're a financial planner and you hung your shingle out as a financial planner, some people would understand what that was. We had no way of knowing. And I think that's what really, for me, set me on this journey of marketing as a way of changing people's minds and giving them a mailbox to put you in so they can understand what you are. Therefore, when they need you, they know who to call. And I think that was a big difference for me. Had we just started some company that was known, say we wanted to do snow plowing, well then we could have just hung out a snow plowing shingle and people would have understood that. Insights allowed us to have to start from zero and say, how could we create in people's mind this idea that it's worthwhile? And I think our marketing, and then growing into the marketing company that we were at that time, it all came from a whole different perspective than most people were coming from because of that. And that's where social media was so powerful for us.